Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Here, we share those legendary stories filled with challenges and courage. The US troops were gradually getting closer. It truly seemed as if they were navigating a maze, and then both sides engaged in a fierce gun battle. Our soldiers charged forward, while the US troops were pushed back step by step, hoping to break through from the third area. But they ran into even fiercer attacks. The gunfire was deafening. It was like being at a super loud party. The US troops began to question their life choices, as Commander Walker decisively ordered, "We must take Pinecone Peak." The US troops launched a second assault, as if they were fighting for their lives to escape from Pinecone Peak. Despite heavy losses on our side, the soldiers held firmly to Pinecone Peak, as if guarding their own home. 400 meters away, it was all loud explosions. It felt like they were hosting a concert. Walker felt helpless, thinking this was a battle of no return, as the US troops tried every trick in the book but to no avail. This staff worried that the enemy would figure out their tactics and decisively ordered the artillery to relocate. "We are preparing to set up a new position, concentrating firepower in order to completely wipe out the enemy." The US firepower just wasn't strong enough, and the soldiers had to choose to avoid the spotlight temporarily, gearing up for the third wave of attack. They believed that Pinecone Peak represented their sole hope for survival, and the enemy would not let them pass without a fight. "Comrades, we will not retreat. We vow to defend this land to the death. Focus fire and face the US troops head on. We can definitely hold on." After the bombardment, the battlefield turned to ruins, but our will became even stronger. This is the Battle of Pinecone Peak on November 30, 1950. The US troops' hope for escape was like a dream in the mist, as victory belongs to us on this land. The third area and the Dragon Park were firmly in our control. Things were going smoothly. The machine guns were firing wildly, and the US troops had to charge carefully. It wouldn't be too much to exhaust them. Our soldiers picked up their weapons to prepare for the second volley, determined not to let go. The artillery rained down, and the soldiers scattered like they were in a grand escape. The battlefield was a sight of devastation. Not even the big trees got any sympathy. Everyone was feeling down. "Hey, is there anyone still alive? Please answer me. Even our leader Dragon is gone. My God, is there still anyone left to fight?" A miraculous scene occurred as the heavily wounded soldiers raised their hands, filled with fighting spirit. Our third company once had over 150 soldiers, but after several rounds of assaults, only a few remained. We held the line firmly, becoming an unyielding legend. The heroes of Pinecone Peak will be forever remembered. Wounded soldiers were still full of spirit as they guarded Pinecone Peak. As long as they were there, the US troops couldn't get through. Two young soldiers charged forward, but their instructor immediately stopped them. "We two go back via the small path first. Leave a seed for the third company," the instructor said. But these two young fighters wouldn't back down, vowing to take on the US troops again. The young soldier wept at comrade's fate and charged the enemy angrily. He gave us his all, throwing a grenade into the tank, which ultimately caused a massive explosion. In this battle, the 38th Volunteer Army outwitted and outfought the US 9th Army, halting their advance. This victory was bought with the blood and lives of countless soldiers. It is an epic to be remembered. Watching the enemy scatter, I hope you all keep an eye on this history. We soldiers carry the hope, and may you continue to support our channel for more stories from history. MacArthur could hardly believe it all. The US troops actually lost this time. While the soldiers in Andrew began to clean up the battlefield, one soldier was still in the fight. The third company originally had over 150 soldiers, but in the end, only 6 survived. The comrades all took off their hats in salute, and the writer YY was deeply moved by these brave warriors. The article she wrote, "Who are the most lovable people?" made sure their heroic deeds were remembered. The commander praised the Chinese People's Volunteer Army, inspiring all the soldiers. The US attempted to invade Korea with the support of a 16-nation coalition, but it was not that simple. "We must go to the United Nations to accuse the US of war crimes. Truth must not drown." Chairman Mao entrusted this arduous task to Wu Zixin's, and it was a monumental responsibility. Wu Zixin's bore shrapnel from the Red Army's anti-encirclement etched in his heart. The first batch of diplomats in the new China were mainly retired generals, exuding great charisma. What were we going to do in New York? Of course, it was to make waves in heaven, ensuring the world heard our voice. Wu Zixin was determined to win this battle on the new battlefield. Let's look forward to the day of victory together.